What's happening in Lake Tahoe? Make sure you tune in the Tahoe Tonight Show each and every evening. It's interview-based, so see if you see any of your friends on there letting you know what's going on in your community. That's right, 5, 8, and 11 o'clock every single night. Join moi. Welcome back as Tahoe Tonight continues. Joining me now, it's Ben Lebovitz. That's right. How are you? Lebovitz.
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
It's a tricky one.
From Tahoe Stewards. Now, we're talking about the new proposed cell tower.
Correct.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about what's being proposed, by who and where.
Yeah, sure. So Verizon is proposing a 112-foot macro cell tower in a residential area on top of previously marked sensitive land and waterways. This tower is going to be actually double the height of the closest tree line, and their proposed information that they've been sharing is very inaccurate, down to the distance of proximity between residential homes, buildings, and the photo simulations of the trees. So they're tricking the city and the council into believing that this is going to recede into the trees and be very conspicuous, but it's going to stick out like a sore thumb. You'll be able to see it from US 50, maybe even from Highway 89. It's going to be big, and it's going to be obtrusive, and it's going to sit right at the entrance into Heavenly. So every single person that comes to Heavenly Village is going to see this massive tower, and it's going to be a symbol for the city that we don't care about our ecosystem, we don't care about our environment, we don't care to keep Tahoe blue. It's a much great deal of distrust that Verizon is pushing on the city council.
So the city council is going to be, now we're looking at some pictures here where this proposed cell tower is going. So the city council has the information on this now?
Yeah.
What's the time span on this whole thing?
Well, they have to get approved, so October 1st is the big vote.
Okay.
So residents should, it's coming up really fast. We only had an hour to appeal it, the residents did. No one was informed. They said they sent over 1,000 applications, but most of the neighbors you'll talk to, very few, if maybe under 5, received any kind of notice.
Interesting.
And so here you see the scale in which they're proposing, and it's hiding in with the tree lines, but really it's going to tower 2 times the height of those trees.
Oh, I see. So this is Verizon, what Verizon is proposing the cell tower will look like as it blends in with the trees. But how tall did you say this cell tower is going to be?
It's 112 feet on top of a 10-foot incline, and then they have the ability after the fact, after being approved, to build another 20 feet taller. So it could be 132 feet tall.
Interesting. It's also going to affect local businesses. I mean, you're part of local business here in Tahoe.
Yeah. I mean, I moved up here. I'm very new to Tahoe, but I'm a partner with some of the businesses in Heavenly Village, and one of the desires that I've had and my experience, and I've listened to the council meetings. I spent like 8 hours yesterday digging through all the council meetings and listening to their concerns, and one of the things that I kept hearing is the desire to grow the economy outside of tourism, to bring in some of these businesses, and one of the hopes that I have is to build new economies through the work experience that I have with Google and Apple, and I want to bring these VPs that I work directly with out to Tahoe, but they're going to see this, and this tower is going to directly affect what I hope to do here. What
can people do?
They can let each other know. They can do additional research themselves. I think then they can encourage to push the city to create telecommunication ordinances.
Perfect. Those are all good. We're out of time. Those are all great options. And of course, always write your city council if you have an opinion on it.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.